Today I want to share with you why I still use the Garmin935 even though there is the Garmin965 now, and why I think it's a good GPS watch. In fact, I've got two of them. This one crashed, so I want to buy another one because I like it so much. Today is the 4th of February. I have 61 days left to T100 Singapore, and today I have a tempo workout to do. These are the $37 shoes I bought from Shopee. So far it's been holding up well. I just think the dials are hard to twist. In fact, I want to buy another one because this is a little bit too big. Alright, let's go. I'm aiming for around 200 watts, lower than my FTP. We're right around tempo. 38 minutes in, 204 watts average, 159 heart rate. I should be able to do 1 hour if I stop talking. See you soon. Okay. Average power 205, average heart rate 165. Let me catch my breath, then we can talk about why I have two of these Garmin935s.
As some of you may know, my Garmin935 crashed and I was looking for a replacement for it. Actually, the one that crashed still works perfectly fine, but the glass is totally cracked, so it's probably not a good idea to take it swimming. And also, I can't see the top data field. My plan for the old watch is to use it for swimming and cycling until it totally dies out. I think it's gonna die soon because there's already some water inside the glass and I can see a bit of dead pixels. Anyway, this video is about the reasons why I think the Garmin935 is the goat of GPS watches, especially for cyclists and triathletes, because we need to be able to connect to our cycling power meters in order to know what our cycling power is. So I needed a watch with this ANT plus connectivity, and so unfortunately all the other running watches are irrelevant to me. I know they have the cycling activity in the running watch like the 200 and the 600 series, but when I check on Google it only has Bluetooth connectivity and not N+, so unfortunately I can't use it for my cycling power meters. So that leaves me with the 700 series and the Phoenix series. The 700 series, to me it feels a bit too plasticky. The Phoenix series is made of metal, so it's very well built. Unfortunately, it's almost double the weight. With my experience with the Phoenix 3HR, I could feel the weight swimming and running. After a while you can get used to it, but with the 900 series, it's so light that I don't really feel the weight from the start. I actually replaced my old Garmin935 with another used Garmin935 because that's how awesome I think it is. The Garmin935 came out in 2017, so in GPS watch terms it is ancient by now. Since I bought this used, I was really concerned about the battery life because you can't really test the battery life while you're purchasing the item. This 935 that I bought was very used already. Band has broken loops and the watch face is scratched, and the owner said it has been used very regularly, so that's why I was a bit concerned about the battery life. But after I took it on my first 22km run, the battery drained less significantly than I thought. It was around 10%, so now I'm only charging this maybe once a week. So I still think the battery life for a used 935 is still very good. And just within the 900 series, the 935 is the first watch to get optical heart rate sensor underneath the watch. With the 920 XT, you don't get that. You need to wear a heart rate strap. I know some people only rely on heart rate straps, but with my experience with the optical heart rate sensor, I've been getting pretty convincing heart rate, and even though it's one of the older heart rate sensors because it's 2017, I've been getting pretty realistic results. I find no reason to upgrade to the newer models because they have the new heart rate sensor. I think that's the main upgrade from the 935 to the 945. So the upgraded heart rate sensors in the newer models isn't a real upgrade for me because I think this version is pretty accurate already. And also the Garmin935 has the heart rate projection, so you don't have to wear another heart rate strap to see your heart rate data on the bike computer. So even though I wanted a heart rate strap because I thought it's a bit more reliable and accurate, I'm just too lazy to wash it after every single ride, and after a while it gets a bit moldy and old. I've just been relying on optical heart rate sensors for the longest time already. Even though this is an old model, I just use the GPS feature only and not the GPS plus GLONASS and other slightly more accurate GPS functions. The standard GPS works fine already. And while we're running as a group and other people are using different watch models, the auto light feature, like every kilometer, alerts us almost at the same time. So to me, the GPS is still comparable with all the newer GPS watches. So I have no problems with the optical heart rate and no problems with the GPS. Okay, so let's get to the cons of such an old model. These cons are definitely not deal breakers because this does exactly everything I need to do. So firstly, it doesn't have track mode. A lot of people are using track mode because with track mode, you can tell the watch which lap you're running on around the track, and with the help of the GPS, it can help you count the laps and therefore the distance you're running. And because it's also with GPS, I'm not exactly sure how accurate it is. When I'm running around the track, I use timing anyway, not GPS, so I don't really need track mode. And also the Garmin935 doesn't have music. Most of the time I'm running with my phone in my waist pouch anyway, so I don't need music stored onto my watch. And of course, being a super old watch, you don't get the nice AMOLED screen. I guess that is one of the biggest features you'll miss out on. You can tell the watch just by looking at the display, it's not the most modern display, because now the screens on GPS watches look closer to your mobile phone screens. And of course, being such a super old model, you can't find them brand new anymore, and Garmin doesn't support this model anymore. Because I tried to repair my cracked watch screen with Garmin and they said they don't support it anymore. Anyway, the cost of the repair could partially offset another watch, so I think there's no point repairing and just get another watch. By the way, I got this watch for $60. It was so cheap because one of the loop is broken and the screen is scratched, but everything else works fine. Oh, and it also doesn't come with a charger, but that's perfect for me because I have my old 935 charger. So for $60, I really couldn't ask for a better deal. The Garmin 935 is the bare bones, everything you need for a triathlete. If you're just a runner, maybe you can look at the older 200 series which has an optical heart rate sensor below. To sum up, the Garmin 935 does everything a triathlete needs to do. You can get it super cheap used now, and that's why I would still recommend it in 2025 if you're not willing to spend $300 to $400 on a brand new watch. I think the Garmin 935 was peak GPS watch, and it still remains the GOAT of GPS watches in my opinion. Yep, this is awesome. Okay, now back to my day, carrying on with the vlog. I do something very simple for strength training, just 10 times 45 kg deadlifts, and then now I'm off to swim.
I found the use for the SAF shoe. It's just a slip-on shoe for me to go to the pool. Okay, we're back in Safra, Toa. To be honest, I still feel my arms from yesterday, so I'm not sure whether today is gonna be good. I think one thing I like about Garmin watches is that I can copy activities. So that means my pool swim is actually a 25-meter pool, and I have a 50-meter pool swim here for this pool.
Okay, here's how to do it. You go to the activities page all the way down, click the add, and then copy activity, and choose the activity you want to copy. I already copied my pool swim, so you just click that and then you rename it. But now I want to copy my run so that I can have an auto lap. Now I'll fast forward the video to rename the activity. Skip. And then I'm gonna make sure that this has the auto lap turned on. So my other run activity will be non-auto lap. So that will be for my track workouts, and my auto lap will be for my long runs. I just do this so that I don't have to keep changing the auto lap function. And that's the tip. Okay, back to the swim.
So still quite lousy, average about 138 only. Better than the previous video actually, but still a long ways to go.